Class, welcome to week 2. As I mentioned, this is our first full week, or as I mentioned in the last video, I should say, this is our first real full week of content. We'll have 2 topics this week, 2 discussion boards. We'll get into your first weekly reflection, talk about Project 1, so a lot going on in this video. This is typically one of my longer videos. I apologize in advance for the length. Again, as I mentioned in the first video, I'm trying to keep these to the right length and to both provide something of value and be respectful of your time. If there's some additional questions you have, please make sure you follow up with me afterwards. Our 2 topics this week will be business models and idea generation and demand and competition. So let's jump into this first one. What you'll do for this assignment is to read through a business case. And this is part 1. You're going to follow this through over the next 4 assignments. And essentially, there's a group of students who are making a similar decision to what you need to make now. And so you assume you're part of the group and help them reason through some of the decisions they need to make. And this one really is a question of whether the group should choose a business model first or brainstorm a product first. And I'll emphasize there's no right or wrong answer on this. It's important that you take time to reason through the question, defend your position, recognize arguments, opposing arguments, and why you still wouldn't choose the other side. So there's a couple paragraphs here about providing your rationale, just what I summarized there. There's a lot of resources here at the bottom. They're great resources. I recommend you take time to go through them. I do caution you about the last video, Russell Brunson and his secret magic box. It's a great video that explains the power of online businesses. But I do feel like Russell Brunson doesn't provide a lot of value in his business proposal there. So think about that. You do need to provide something of value on your online business if you're really going to find some success. But it's certainly an insightful video, and there's some other good resources there. So if you read through those, I think it will help inform your rationale on this question as to whether the group should choose a business model or a product first. Then you go ahead and you'll have your discussion board and responses. Just note that you should reply to at least 2 of your classmates. We're looking for these to be substantive responses, meaning if you're just saying, hey, great, that was a good insight, or thanks, right? You're not providing a lot of value. You want to, whether you agree or disagree, provide additional substance to what your classmates are saying when you reply to them. That's really what you'll be graded on for that discussion board, beyond your original discussion board post. All right, demand and competition. I really like this assignment because it starts to get you into the nuts and bolts of online business. And I want you to watch this video about creating a Google Ads account. You will actually create the Google Ads account, and you will use what's called the keyword tool planner or the keyword planner in Google Ads. And it is a really powerful tool because when you are considering a business, you want to know, one, is there a lot of competition for that? Is this market already saturated and I'm just going to be one of a bunch of different voices out there clamoring for this business? And 2, would people even be interested in this business if I started it? And you can answer those questions in quite a high degree of specificity using this keyword planner in Google Ads. And so for this assignment, you'll go in there and you do need to set up an account with Google Ads. It will ask you for your billing information. And as I say in this video, I encourage you to utilize this chance to put in your billing information. It won't charge you until you set up and launch your campaign that we'll do later in week 10. But you'll need to put your billing information in there either way, whether you do it now or whether you do it later on. And so this does cause some heartburn for students sometimes when they're saying, oh, should I put my billing information in now? Please do it now, but you won't get charged until we launch that campaign in week 10. And then we'll go through the billing then. It's really a per-click billing arrangement with Google Ads. So once you get access to that, you'll have access to the keyword planner, and you'll go through this exercise, right? You're furthering this business case, and so you pretend you're part of this group, and they're assessing snowboards and chess. And so there's an example spreadsheet on here that you'll take a look at, and then you'll fill in the information you find using the keyword tool planner. And the idea is you'll find 10 keywords, things that are associated. If somebody wants, if you're selling a chess product, think about keywords that people would search for: chess strategy, chess pieces. Depending on exactly what you're selling, you can think about keywords that people would use, and you'll put those keywords in. You'll do the same thing for snowboards. And then you'll see how many people are searching those keywords on a monthly basis, and that will give you insight as to whether or not these products are in demand. Google will also tell you what is the level of competition, or in other words, how many other businesses are already using those keywords out there, and that gives you an idea of is this a highly competitive market? Is there a low level of competition? And then you can take that and you can say you want to only sell your product in a certain state or a certain country or even a certain set of zip codes. You can customize all of that in the keyword planner and say how many people within this area are searching for these. And that's what makes this exercise so powerful. You'll use this a lot on your project one, but this assignment is an introduction to that. So you'll also have your discussion board on the second topic, and then you'll have project one this week. I'm going to jump in here, but I'm not going to spend a ton of time because there are videos for every tab on project one. You got the link to the spreadsheet right there. It's going to have 9 different tabs on there, and you will go through each tab and complete the information. There's a video on each of them. So I don't want to go through this in detail. It's too much redundancy. You can use those videos. They're very, very helpful. But as I mentioned in the syllabus video, make sure you budget your time on this one because it is very time intensive. This project gives you an incredible tool if you ever want to brainstorm ideas for other businesses later on in your life. I've used this tool outside of this class. It's fantastic. But for this assignment, you do need to make sure, one, that you finish all 9 tabs, and 2, that you start early enough to be able to get this done. A lot of the data in here starts with the data that you're going to find for the keyword planner that you did on the last assignment, so keep that in mind. And then the last one you have here is your weekly reflection. You'll turn in a reflection each week, and there's really 2 points to this. Number one, it needs to be at least 125 words about what you learned or plans you have for your business. It could be really anything that was impactful to you from the class this week. It needs to be 150 words. My apologies, 150 words in length. And it needs to be posted online on a blog. Now, this is different from the website that you're going to build. That website needs to be purchased with a purchased domain name. This blog does not need to be that. It should be a free blog. And so you may have one that you use already. That's fine. You can repurpose it. You may have a blog, or you may want to set up a blog through Wix or Weebly. Any of those free blogging sites will work for this, just as long as your blog post is active online and it's at least 150 words. So trying to keep those requirements simple for you for the weekly reflection that you'll do each week. And that's it for week 2. If you've got additional questions or if there's some clarity I can provide, please reach out. Thanks, everybody.